Welcome back to Clockwise Thoughts. I'm Scout, and of course, this is Black.
What's going on, everybody?
Tonight's show, if y'all been following our fan page, is a heartfelt show. It's very serious, and one of the topics that we're going to talk about is very serious. No matter who you are in this world, you've known somebody that's been a victim of domestic violence. You've either seen it, heard it, have a family member that's been through it. And with all that being said, it's still not right 100% of the time, no matter if it's male on female, female on male, or whatever you may have. Don't be putting your hands, and in some of these cases, people's losing their lives. You, for real, it should not be done like that.
Now, period.
Well, yeah, because if you let it go to that level, come on now.
Now, honestly, I think that's what we really gonna get into in this first topic. Oh, and full disclosure, yeah, we might offend some people, so I'm gonna apologize right now. But that what you just said, I think is a good way to start off, because when you say, do you let it get to that point? Sometimes it doesn't actually get to that point. It just starts at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that could be a couple of different reasons why, but you know what I'm saying?
It's just like how Black said. With this one, some people gonna get upset. Some people gonna get highly upset. But I'm going to say this. We do apologize in advance. A full disclosure, because this conversation is going to get very heated, because this one, we want you to comment back or say something, because it's honest, given truth. A lot of people view this a lot of different ways. But at the end of the day, it's two families, not just two lives, two families that are hurt, disrespected, and viewed certain ways from here on out. Period. And if you don't believe that, I'm going to say this. May God have mercy on your soul.
Well, they about to figure it out now. So let's break it down.
Oh, yes. I mean? Now, former Seahawk player Chad Wheeler has a bipolar condition. But you know what? That's what the other media is pushing forward and saying. Oh, well, he was bipolar. He was off his meds. I'm not going that route at all.
Hold on, Scout. Give a rewind for those people who probably not tapped in. Let them know exactly why we're discussing Mr. Wheeler.
Mr. Wheeler, Friday night, early Saturday morning, assaulted his girlfriend. Yes, of last week. Assaulted his girlfriend / fiance. Choked her out until she was unconscious. Went back to go finish his meal. And then when she gasped for air and woke up real quick, he looked at her and said, "Oh, wow, you're still alive," as he was sipping on a protein smoothie. She ran into the bathroom to call 911 and to hide. He busted down the door and began beating and choking on her again until authorities arrived. That's the brief undercap. If you've been listening and hearing and seeing what we've been posting this week, we posted the pictures. Now, also, if you haven't, I'm going to paint this picture for you. Mr. Chad Wheeler. Oh, yes. Mr. Chad Wheeler. A 6'7", 310 offensive lineman that was undrafted. Now I'm gonna get to that undrafted status here in a moment, but he's 6'7", 310. The victim, whose name still has not been released because, believe me, I've been hunting for the last 4 days. Been hunting on this. 5'9", 145 pounds.
That's a small person.
Now I'm gonna let that sink in for a moment. 5'9". So for a woman's stature, she's kind of tall, but still 6'7", 310. She's 5'9", 145.
Is she out of your weight class?
Okay. And then you wonder why that the statement is what's going on through the news. You supposed to be her protector. You 6'7", 310, bodyguard weight for a 5'9", 145-pound female.
Bodyguard for about a whole squad of them at that size.
Yes. Now, for the people that keep saying, oh, well, it's a mental disease, it's bipolar, it could have helped him, snap, anything could have keyed him off. I'm going to say this. I'm no doctor.
Here's where we about to go off the rails, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm no doctor. I ain't got no PhD, MD, Doogie Howser D, whoever the heck you want to. Ain't got none of that. What I do got is this platform that what we got. People are boasting about the bipolar issues. I'm not saying that it's not true. I can't tell you what was going through that young man's mind at the age of 27 because he was born in 94. But what I will say is this. Regardless of his stature, of him being an NFL player or not, he assaulted somebody. It's more than just assault. Let me correct myself. That was not assault. That was attempted murder because you thought you killed her. You got up off of her from choking her out. And once she was unconscious the first time, to go finish your salad and protein smoothie. I'm going to say this. I got 2 daughters. I got 3 boys. If I was to ever, in my God-given life, hear anything like that went down with any of my kids.
Well, there wouldn't be a person on the other end of that argument now, would there?
There
would not be a person on the other end of that argument.
You're not going to be safe because you choked my child out. And then when my child came to, I'm speaking from a father's perspective. No, not even a father, a parent, period. And then wakes up and says, and then you stop drinking your smoothie. You alive?
To be surprised the fact that she is still conscious, and then to follow her to the bathroom and try and do it all again. See, that's where the attempted murder part comes in. That's where the attempt is made.
Yes. So
we'd get your manslaughter. Yeah, we'd get your manslaughter on the first. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever, what have you. But in fact that you got up and went, and that's I think, at least for me, that's where this is really going to become an issue with the people. Cause so you choked her out. I'm not trying to make excuses for nothing. So you know what I mean? Domestic violence is awful. I mean, it hits everybody close to home. Hell, I got a homegirl who literally was supposed to spend the night at her homegirl's house and didn't. And the boyfriend the very next morning stabbed her in the stomach, and she was bleeding out as the ambulance was on their way. She managed to call 911 and literally bled out as the ambulance got there. So, you know what I mean? It hits close to home. I'll give you the bipolar on the first round. I'll give you bipolar on that. That's why, you know, like I was saying earlier, sometimes it's not even the fact that it gets to that point. It might have actually started this. So I'll give you that on the bipolar. I'll give you that one. But when you go for that second round, where exactly is the mental health excuse? Somebody help me put the pieces of the puzzle together. I get the first time. You could have literally just snapped. I get that. But you mean to tell me you snapped, snapped again? Like, you know what I mean?
Because they say it's called an episode when it happens. I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
The way how I see it is they are boasting up his mental health issues, and they still have not even shown the dignity or decency. It's a victim here. When she could have lost her life not once but twice by the same man, which, by the way, this ain't his first time doing this. Like I said before, the reason why he was undrafted at UFC was because his senior or sophomore year, one of them, I'm not for sure, in an apartment when a 20-year-old female friend of his was visiting with her 7-month-old son, he had an incident, punching and jabbing walls, and this lady is scared for her life because he's up in rage and everything else. Campus security had to beanbag him. That's the reason why he was undrafted. But wait, hold on. The NFL got rules about this, right? Because when Ray Rice did it, you crucified him. Every person before then, you crucified, right? But where this guy was a no name and he played a few games and he started for the New York Giants when he was over there before he moved to Seattle, you really haven't said nothing too much.
Well, I mean, literally, I guess they're trying to spin
they're trying to spin it, but that's bull. That's bull. Because you want to know why? Was Ray Rice's mental issue in check? No. For weeks, you saw him chin check his now wife in the jaw. People talking about to the left. Watch a slide.
I'm sorry.
But you trying to tell me because where somebody else is an offensive lineman. Wait, ain't you in the National Football League?
Part-time.
Well, hold on. But he was there, right?
He was there.
Now the standards for the league supposed to be upheld in this whole different standard.
That's true.
But you're not taking your medicine on purpose? Now, my thing is this. I ain't going to throw this off because it's still about the whole entire victim. They ain't talking about that. My main thing is I pray to God the woman be able to recover and move on and go with her life. I pray for that for any victim that goes through anything like that and survives and does not lose their life. Because that's a hard road.
Oh, it is.
Stop glorifying the person that did this stuff and saying that it was mental issues. Because I'll tell you a brief story. Came off a deployment and went to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. One of my fellow NCOs got his weapon out the arms room. On Christmas Day, because he thought his wife was cheating when we came back off of deployment, blowed her brains out on Christmas Day. In front of their 2 kids. A lot of investigations went down. I can't even talk about that part. But mental state of mind wasn't a question. Just like how the JAG lawyer said it right then and there. It's because jealousy and rage. Instead of asking questions or talking to somebody. In this man's case, he could have you have all these specialists in the sports world that he could have talked to. Doctors he could have seen. You didn't have to do this. My thing is
he
this.
was off his meds.
Yeah, but hold on. This is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to say this. The NFL, you need to be held accountable for this. You turned and looked a blind eye when you knew this is the reason why he went undrafted through the whole entire draft process. Then you let him come and get him a free trial and everything else, and you let him on the Giants. And then when he gets and then he started and played a couple little games and got traded and went to a practice squad and then was coming his way back. None of y'all even remotely came to say, hey man, you doing what you supposed to be doing?
Well, here's my...
But the Seahawks made a statement talking about, we don't condone domestic violence, and left the hotline number, and he is no longer a part of our organization. That's not taking accountability. You don't want to be fined or sued.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How exactly would you, you know what I mean? Like, how would you go about that? Because, everybody felt some form of depression to a degree. Can be bipolar, can be manic, can be depressive. You know what I mean? Mental health is mental health is not, I want to say mental health is not a bad thing. The concept is mental health is almost like physical health. You don't say if a person is, a person's physical health, when it's a bad thing. You're just talking about the state of their bodies, I guess, well-being. Mental health is really just a state of your mental well-being. Now, if you have, issues with your mental health, especially if you want medication for it, I'm pretty sure somebody knows this. But can you really exclude people from the sport who have issues with their mental health? Because just about everybody does, whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed. You know what I mean? It's kind of like breathing. Everybody does it. Everybody has to do it. You know what I mean? To some extent.
But what I'm saying is, it gotta be some type of checks and balances. This man was making tapes for, tape meetings, team meetings, practices, everything. So you trying to tell me during all of that, you did not notice that this man's demeanor or whatever else has changed just a little slightly? Something seemed that he was a little bit off. No one didn't have the common courtesy to ask, how your day going? Are you all right?
But because believe really it or not, tell you that stuff?
It's not that. It's just human dignity and courtesy.
No, I feel you on that. But
I'm saying, really us as people
at that size in that sport with all that testosterone raging, you know what I mean? Are you really going to be able to, especially at his size, you know what I mean?
Because you want to know why? HBO shows a special every preseason, all except this last couple months because of COVID or whatever else. They do a special where they get inside the mini camps and you see the coaches talking to the players, joking around, playing. Yeah, Hard Knocks. You seeing them joking around and saying everything else. But it's more than that. Even the common given Joe that works the simple 9-to-5 job You trying to tell me you don't come in and ask your coworkers, hey man, you all right? Before you shoot the crap or whatever else, and you having a conversation with them, it's common courtesy.
I feel you on that. It's just that's
what I'm saying. You trying to tell me at this level, you don't ask the simple things. The simple things.
But I mean,
hey man,
can you really get the real? But that's what I'm saying. Can you really get the real? Can you really get the real answer for that? Because I mean, I'm not even sure how long he had actually been on the squad, but you know what I mean. It's not really easy for people to open up about stuff like that. But let me not say that, because a lot of people joke about it and they don't take it seriously enough when they say they're bipolar. A lot of people do joke about that, but I think it's difficult for people to actually, open up about if that's really what they're going through, especially if they're on medication for it. But now, if he's not taking his medication, someone should be, as jacked up as it is, I think somebody should be, making sure, hey, you know what I mean? Are you taking your meds? Are you okay? You know what I mean? Have you had an episode? Have you felt any type of way? But, you know what I mean? It would be difficult it's a 53-man roster in football. So it would be kind of difficult for somebody to do that with everybody on the team. So you're really just going to be there as an open door to anybody willing to walk through. But not many people are really willing to walk through about the status
because you want to know what? Because you want to know why? In this world today, and for a long time, the male of this side has always been shown from a very young age. You got to be tough and you can't show weakness. You don't supposed to cry. You don't really supposed to show too much emotion. Why should you ask for help? You need to suck that stuff up and keep moving. When it really boils down to, that's BS.
Well, yeah.
As a man, yes, you should be able to show your feelings. You're supposed to be able to talk to whoever you need to talk to get something off your chest before it festers to something like this.
No. I understand that.
But that's what I'm saying. Before it gets
bad. But what I'm saying is, because as jacked up as it is, and I mean, maybe I'm just being a pessimist on this one, but let's be completely 100% honest. If there is a team appointed psychiatrist or whatnot, I'm pretty sure there's some form of patient doctor confidentiality. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere of that. Yes. But at the same token, let me ask you a question. Like, instead of take off the parent and the father and the player hat, let me ask you a question from the management perspective. Let me ask you this question from management's perspective. If there was a way to actually keep tallies of things like that, and this player was, you're scouting this player, you know what I mean? You can see in the scouting report, okay, there's been issues with this person's mental health. Physical health, healthy as a horse. But mentally, emotionally, there have been a couple incidents. You know what I mean? You're most likely going to, I want to say second guess, but you're going to take a deeper look at that potential player, correct?
I'm going to answer that with this. Every professional sports has a mental evaluation.
Yeah.
Every professional sport has a mental evaluation. If any red flags like this or whatever pops up, that's the reason why he did not get drafted. But also on the same note, it's on that team to actually dig deep and everything else and do their due diligence to do the research to make sure. And I feel this, as with being that team, if you do select one of those players like that, it's your responsibility to make sure to set up whatever type of programs, side things what you need to set up to one, make sure that person is taken care of to get the help they need. That should be one right there. And then two, also making sure that the staff, your other players and everything else knows that is readily available and access to them just in case something in their life changes. That's what you need more of. Set up these programs so incidents like this don't happen. Yeah, I know football is a heavy contact sport, but honestly, it don't even have to be football. If we set up and actually tell people, man, you can talk. You can talk. You ain't gonna be judged, or people ain't gonna look at people sideways or whatever else.
Nah, bro, it's
not things like this.
Nah, it's not even that, because the two things that you just mentioned, honest and truthfully, I don't even think are the real issue. The real issue at hand. What you really need to say is what somebody really needs to hear on everything. Forget being judged. Throw that out the window. You know what I mean? If you're a professional athlete, look, we show up, we do our job. You go to your mansion, I go to mine. I don't really care what you think about me. Let's get down to brass tacks. If you trying to really stop these type of situations from happening, if you trying to get people to open up, to speak freely, then you got to put a message out. Look, this will not affect your paycheck. We're gonna have to review, you know what I mean, do an evaluation, of your mentals and your emotionals, ourselves, but that's not going to affect whether or not, you know what I mean, we bring you on, even though that could be total BS. But at the same time, if people think that, you know what I mean, man, I can't go talk to the team psychiatrist or the team shrink about what's going on, because if that gets out, that's going to hurt my chances in free agency. That's going to knock my money down. Like you said, it's why the dude went undrafted. You know what I mean? They're not trying to let stuff like that get out because that's affecting people's money. So if we really want to set a table, set a place for open dialogue about, the issues with a person's mental health, then we're gonna have to make it abundantly clear that it's not going to affect your wallet, because I think the fear of it affecting the wallet is what keeps a lot of this swept under the rug. And that's not going to make people want to open up and talk to people about what's going on.
Yeah, that may be true, but that's an issue for another day. I still feel that that's what the media is doing. They're looking more into solving the mental health issues than you tried to kill this lady.
Well, yeah, because that's an easy because everybody's got mental health issues, so we should that we can be understanding to the fact that he had an episode, and it's like, no, dude, that's not going to take away. You know what? As jacked up as it is, I feel bad because I was about to use my usual example, and it's kind of rude, and I'm gonna just say it anyway. And again, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but even in situations when I make comparisons to things like this, I say to people, you know what? If I punched you in the face and then told you I did it because I was depressed or I'm bipolar, is that gonna make your face stop hurting? No. You know what I mean? It might make you want to, take enough of a step back away from me so I'm out of, you're out of reach, but it's not going to make your face stop hurting. So that's not really going to do anything for you at the moment. Now, is it? It's not it's not the saying I don't understand or, you know what I mean? It's just that at some point in time, it's like, look, we just got to own up to the stuff that we do. You know what I mean? That is so true, but people ain't gonna do that. A lot of people ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be honest for you. They gonna try to, hold out on that and not be truthful and genuine. Period. But I'm gonna say this:
still for the victim. Once again, I hope, every
that she
day
gets the
you get
justice she deserves.
Yeah, and I also hope every day you get a little bit stronger, you get a little
Speedy
bit
recovery.
wiser, and yeah, that you get back to you. Now, since I'm not gonna say we got that out the way because domestic violence period is not tolerated or accepted, not
It's not something
100% in my book.
we just can't brush that off.
Now, the other thing is, while that was going on Friday and Saturday, on Sunday, um, R&B singer slash actor slash heartthrob, Mr. Trey Songz got arrested at that Kansas City Chiefs game for not wearing a mask and getting in the fisticuffs with a security guard. But yes, but my thing is this: before they arrested Mr. Songz, it was pictures out that he was taking pictures with not only security guards but with fans with the mask on. Listen, at games or anywhere else like that, should you have masks on? Yes. Are people gonna still recognize celebrities regardless of where they at? Yes. Do I feel that it was right that he hit a security guard for him to go be arrested for? No. But the far as the clip goes, it really didn't show what was happening before that. It just showed words was exchanged, and then the cuffs came out with the flying of the fist. I'm also going to say this, Mr. Songz. Even though that's not, I ain't going to say your government name, but the fans know his government name. And I don't mean this to be funny in any way or whatever else. And I know old wounds hurt very bad. Have you not learned anything from Mr. Chris Brown? With putting your hands on people?
Did you not go? You just went there.
Hey, really we talk about domestic violence. Yes, it did. Because, we've been talking about domestic violence and everything else. And, they blow that all the way out of proportion. Even though I'm not going to say it was right or wrong, but, they could have been arguing over Roman noodles in that car, or why in the world her shopping bags got to go on the front instead of the back or something. But that's besides the point. I'm just saying, have you not... I'm just saying, have you not learned from people prior of, hey man, I know that you at the game. You were seeing Mr. Mahone do his thing, whole deal. Hey, highly appreciate it. I'm glad you were. Don't mean you gotta take this off, bro. You ain't special. You ain't special out here. You still a citizen. You still get you still pay taxes and everything else. If they say put that mask on or whatever sporting event, hey bro, you ain't no different than anyone in the stands. Now, what I did find from the video clip that I found somewhat disturbing. Mm-hmm. The lady in the crowd that was screaming and saying, please don't do this. You need to let him go. He should be hit hard. Listen,
breathe, bro.
This country already went through enough turmoil with all the
everything, just the everything,
yeah. I'm not even gonna blame it on the police or whatever, but still, would you really want them to do something to Mr. Songs to hit him harder or whatever else to subdue him. Really, I'm gonna say this. I know there's been a lot of injustice over this last couple of years. I'm gonna say this. If that would have happened Sunday, and this man has sold out stadiums, been on worldwide tours, and it ain't a young person that's, that was born 2004 and, since then don't know who this man is, and y'all filming all this on y'all's phone as you kept drinking your $15 Bud Light beer that you bought at the stadium.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this like this, ma'am. It's only so much marching we gonna do. I'm just saying it's only so much marching that we gonna do, because it ain't fair on both sides of the aisle. We already commented on this about the Capitol show that we didn't get treated fairly. We saying the same things in this show about Mr. Willard, because they crucified Ray Rice now, and they did that with Mr. Willard. But you and I don't know if you was just a little bit tipsy or always blown out drunk self gonna say hit him harder. Madam, I'm gonna tell you something that I know you heard before. If you have nothing nice to say, keep it to yourself sometimes.
I mean,
you can say whatever you feel when you get at home.
When you watching the nonsense with your $15 Bud Light, you probably mad at the whole world.
I'm just saying, you could have just kept it to yourself.
Nah.
You didn't even have to. Hit him hard. No, you could have just, kept drinking that overpriced beer, because you could have at least got you a good 6-pack, maybe 2, for that one price that you paid for that one beer. I'm just saying.
Maybe that she was rooting for the opposite team, and what I'm saying.
Because she was in the Kansas City jersey. Nope, she was in the Kansas City jersey.
Then you know what? With that being said, I mean, there's.
Say like my homeboy said, the disrespect.
It just seems like there's an undertone. You know what I mean? It just it seems like a little bit of an undertone.
I don't understand. Chad Wheeler got out on a $400,000 bond. He got out the very next day. Ray Rice didn't get out the very next day.
Scout.
And hold on. No. And I ain't thinking. I'm saying it. Listen here. I don't care if you're a Wendy's waiter or you're the vice president or former president of the United States. Keep your hands to yourself. Regardless of whatever color you is or you ain't. Guess what? Keep your hands to yourself. And yes, I'm going to call it unfair, because this man dang near killed this woman twice. $400,000 bond. Ray Rice threw one punch. It was over for way more than 400,000.
Well, again, I asked this question. You know what I mean? Not to you, but I asked this question to the listening audience. What exactly is the difference? Now, we're not going to answer this question. We're going to let y'all answer this question.
Oh, wow. I was about to say I was going to answer it anyway.
No. We're not going to answer. We're not going to answer this question. We're not going to answer this question.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this out, and for everybody, the listeners, y'all can give us some feedback, throw us a comment on this one, give us your answer. But what exactly is the difference? I know everybody's got a different opinion as far as the answer to that question, so I'm interested to see what they are. But what exactly is the difference between the Wheeler and Rice situation, and if you could help me make it make sense? You know what I mean? Help me understand. Because if it's not that, then how do you explain it? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to reading the comments on this one.
I guess we ain't got no like Shay Sharp said, we ain't got no alphabets in front or behind our names. I guess we ain't gonna never figure it out because.
I mean, you can have a doctorate in common sense, so I mean, you never know.
Now, God given common sense ain't that god doggone common. I'ma just say that. Common sense ain't that common around here.
I understand. No. I understand completely on that, and I know common sense exists in different levels and different degrees. But again, that's why I'm asking the listeners. Y'all help me make it make sense. What's the difference? And if there is or isn't, then how do you explain what happened?
Please do, because I want to hear him.
I mean, the attention.
Hey, don't worry.
The coverage.
Don't worry. We'll have
the difference.
We're going to have a live show. Please chime in. Lord have mercy, please. I want to chime in.
I mean, was it the surveillance camera? I don't know. Y'all give me y'all opinions because I'd like to know and trust and believe. I like to go back and forth with people. So let me just say this, not to be rude.
He's gonna debate with you. I'm gonna just look at you and be like, "Oh wow, okay."
Please give me a decently written response. You know what I mean? Give me something I can really chew on, because I don't mind going back and forth about this. You know what I mean? We'll shout you out on the show. By all means.
Speaking of shout outs, recently also in NFL news, the Pittsburgh Steelers are shouting out they franchise tag quarterback, talking about busting, is he gonna come back next season or he ain't, because the Steelers owe him that $30 million, but they don't want to bust some $41 million tag. So that sounds like a problem.
Well, it's Burger. I mean, it's Big Ben. You know what I mean?
Who's been your quarterback? Who's been your quarterback for a very long time? And
but that's how Pittsburgh. But that's how Pittsburgh does it. They don't really do a lot of changes.
That's true, because they don't change out coaches or anything else like that matter. But either way, you gonna still have to pay that man his money.
Mm-hmm.
Because even speaking of monies, Me and Black's hat goes off to Mr. Primetime Deion Sanders. And the reason why we gonna say this, we ain't trying to skip over the Steelers stuff, but our hats really go off to you, Mr. Primetime, because for you as a first-time head coach in a college role, going out to YMCAs, gyms, and restaurants for your players, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Not to throw any shade towards being, because I'm a Browns fan, but I had to get that out there because he actually is trying to better the sport as a whole and do more than that. Show some young men how to do it right and not get it wrong.
Well, definitely. I mean, he's
and
trying to make a way for the
a way out of nothing. I mean? Yes, he's trying to make a way out of nothing. And honestly, my hat goes off to you, sir.
You want to be able to show people that HBCUs can produce decent talent for the football, for the gridiron. So, you know what I mean? He's out there. He's out there working. he's working partnerships and setting things up based on his own name, not even the school. You know what I mean? Off of his contact list. So that's pretty impressive.
Our hats go off to you, sir. Now back to this Ben thing. Pittsburgh. I don't know. Well, what are you really gonna do? Is you gonna deny Ben his money? And for people who hasn't really noticed that, don't do like how New England did.
Listen.
Tom is still in the Super Bowl without you. So is Gronk.
Don't even do that. Anyway, don't even do that. Listen, again, the Steelers, they don't do, they big on tradition. So, you know what I mean? You're going to now start looking for the replacement for Roethlisberger. It's not somebody you were going to groom like some teams do, like where you have almost literally like a career backup, but you know, he knows the system in and out. No, you know what I mean? In this case, the Steelers, they're not really big on, like I said, they're not really big on change. So if they shop Berger, you know, I'll be shocked. But at the same time, if you just let him walk, I mean, you still got to pay the man. So whether he retires or not, but you still don't have a quarterback. You don't have somebody to fill the shoes of, you know, your franchise QB. So
because honestly, I mean, who is Pittsburgh's backup quarterback?
I got Steelers. I got friends that are Steelers fans, and I say the same thing. I was like, if he goes down, it's like y'all don't even know what to do. And the fact that there is literally no thought in the minds that, hey, maybe we should be grooming the successor. He's getting long in the tooth. Speaks to, you know, one of the best, you know, I guess you could say the perks of playing in Pittsburgh. It's like, as long as you decent, they'll keep rolling you out there. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have that option, you know. So
true.
Berger gonna sit there and collect the check as long as he can. He gonna sit there, he gonna get that money as long as he can, because they gonna owe it to him anyway. But I know this. I know a lot of people right now is probably trying to impress the Steelers, so that way they can get that nice draft pick, which the Steelers are probably going to, in this upcoming draft, take a quarterback. Now, they won't give him time to learn, I don't think. They're going to try and roll him out there, but that looks like what they're going to try and do. So, you know what I mean? Ben's days in Pittsburgh, I think, are numbered. Like I said, he's getting long in the tooth. He's going to have to go soon anyway. But, you know what I mean? The question is, Tomlin going to take advantage of the fact that they're not going to can him to find the replacement?
Yeah, which that brings up a whole total different subject, which I'm sure we'll go, you know, we'll hit that rabbit hole eventually. But Pittsburgh, in all fairness, I wish y'all the best of doing whatever else, because, you know, I'm used to seeing Big Ben across. I'm just saying, I'm used to seeing Big Ben across on the sidelines, and already this season I've had the pleasure of, you know, already calling out Mr. Juju, and you seen what happened. He went dancing as they exited, but
you used to seeing them in the end zone. That's what you used to see.
It's a new year. It's a new day. It's okay.
And you think Baker is going to bring you to the promised land?
Okay. Once again, on another time, I gotta explain this. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a loyal Cleveland Browns fan. I'm a loyal Cleveland, a lot of things. But I will never say or condone the plain expertise or actions of Mr. Baker Mayfield.
There it is.
The same way that I did not condone any actions or playing of Mr. Johnny Manziel. Heck, Half the people don't even remember Brady Quinn got drafted to the daggone Browns.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Hold on. You got an issue with Manziel. You got an issue with Baker Mayfield. Scout, I'm starting to think that you a little biased to the undersized Caucasian quarterback.
No, I'm not. I'm not biased of any of that. What I'm saying is this: when you plant a flag on opposite team's field and because you won a game, okay, those actions I don't really condone. When you go out and gamble and do all this extra, and you think your party life is better than your on-field life, I don't condone. When you constantly get good coaches that worked hard to get there thrown out, and you make people believe it's their issue and not yours, and then also when you have one of the main primary freaking receivers in the whole league, and you refuse to throw it to him in the flat because your progression work is boo-boo? Most people won't say that, but I'm going to say it because his progression work has been boo-boo. Straight
but why you gotta hate on the little guy though? That's what I'm saying. Like it's so much
I'm not hating on the little guy. No, I'm not. I'm hating on his actions. What he do, man? Have you seen Drew? Have you seen Tom not see an open dude in the flat? Hey, did you see Manny? Either one of them? Man, come on.
Hold on. I don't understand what there is. I don't understand what there is to condemn the guy about. You know what I mean? He's an ultimate team player. He sacrifices for the team.
What?
Hell, he's so much of a team player. He even shares the football. He gives it to the other team as much as he can. I mean, I don't get what about that guy you wouldn't want in your locker room. You know what I'm saying? You got he should get the sportsmanship award every single year.
Yeah, for most turnovers and being you know what? No, I'm not. I ain't going down that road with you. No, I'm not. I ain't even gonna do that to the people out there because
I'm just saying, bro.
Nope, can't do it.
Okay. I'm just
I pray for that man and everything else in their best endeavors. That's the only thing I can say. No more.
We just not going to acknowledge that.
So ain't let him. His quarterback rating has been hoo-hoo, but no. All right. We do have a couple announcements. As you've been seeing and following the show, we do have a big announcement coming, and that announcement will come next week. So, hopefully that y'all been watching and been staying tuned.
Paying attention.
And please pay attention because it's going to go down and happen. But we do have a couple of shout outs and thanks to give out this week. First and foremost, we thank God for all of this because this has just been a phenomenal 6 months for me and Black. This ain't easy.
Hey man, but we still running with it though. It ain't easy, but we still running with it. It ain't easy. We still running with it.
Yeah.
So we know it ain't easy. So thank y'all for staying with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and mainly for our families to deal with us from us bouncing ideas off of everybody. And I do mean everybody.
What?
Because I know that we probably didn't got on Black's lady's nerves and his sister's nerves of like, oh my God, y'all talking about everything, and I know I've got on my wife's nerves.
Actually, it's funny you bring that out. I'm sorry to even cut it on the shout out segment. But I would like to get my sister on because I think the world would appreciate. I think the world would appreciate her unique perspective.
Yes, that would be great. That would be lovely. It would be so. Because I already said what one day, besides y'all seeing whatever else through the videos, like y'all got to meet some of these people that we're talking about, because it's when we honestly say it's a family affair over here at Clockwise Thoughts and basically Sugar Ray's Entertainment. Oh, it's a blended experience of a family of, Lord have mercy, it's hilarious.
Hey, we
buckle up, put your seatbelt
on. and listen, it is all real. There ain't no filter, no sweetening, no shortening, no condensing. It is all real.
If my mama or kids don't like something, or the wife don't like, especially the woo, if she don't like, Lord, it's hilarious. But it's funny if we gonna change that.
I mean, hey man, look, eventually, man, hopefully, guys, we can get a little a show on, maybe a live stream or something like that, where we can let you guys meet some of the family members. So, what I mean?
Yes, because that's hilarious. But the other shout outs the other shout outs we want to give out to is, I'm gonna say this first and foremost, Paul White Chevrolet in Chesapeake, West Virginia. The reason why we're gonna say this is one of our new merchandise is actually for them, the Divers shirts. It comes for Miss Sugar or Four Corners. We want to thank Paul White Chevrolet with all of that. We also actually want to thank Family Dollar in Montgomery. That whole entire work staff supports everything what we do. We want to give a shout out for them because they love us over there. Yes. And from old to new, we also want to give a shout out to CMAC. I thank all the nursing and housekeeping staff. Thank y'all, because y'all bought a lot of stuff. We duly appreciate. Me and Black appreciate. We totally do.
Shameless plug, by the way.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Yes. We totally do appreciate. All jokes aside, we totally do appreciate that, all the love and the support that y'all have shown, and mainly to you, the fans. We basically wouldn't be doing this if y'all wouldn't still be interested in loving the stuff we do in show.
Thank also, y'all for that,
also, I'm gonna say this. If you have an idea that you want us to share, because like how me and Black been saying, we got some things in the work, please leave a comment, hit us up on either one of our social platforms or something like that. We can someone make it happen or whatever else. Yeah. Because right now, we doing a lot of good things.
Leave your contact information.
Yes. And
right after you like, comment, and subscribe.
Trust me, it will be. It will be in the description. Oh yeah, it will be in the description. But one of our lovely items that was moving right now. Listen, this is not only for the high school. Everybody has a warrior inside them. And people need to stop testing people's warrior prides and believe in yourself. Honestly, believe in yourself. The stuff that you can accomplish, no one is going to be harder on you than you. Period. If you want to lose weight, man, you know what you need to do. Exercise, eat right, drink a lot of water. Go see a doctor to tell you how or whatever else, or just talk to somebody. Google it.
Don't be around
me. What I'm saying? If you want to be smart and all that other stuff, go to school. It's never too late to go to school. Matter of fact, some of y'all do need to be going to trade schools, but I'm not gonna plug who that
I
is.
digress.
But black know who that is. That you need to go to trade school. But we ain't gonna go there.
No.
Grades looking like the what? Oh Lord.
We're gonna leave that one alone.
Yes. But truthfully, we do thank y'all. We love the support. And hopefully y'all, stay tuned. Like we said, we got big news to announce next week. And when them clocks reset, me and Black will be here again. Good night, everybody.
Usual. Good night,
Peace. Black.